and welcome to Fitness Protocols with your boy Brando. In this episode, we're going to talk about the top exercises with dumbbells for growing tree trunk legs. This marks episode 3 of what I'm calling the Dumbbell Files, a series of episodes dedicated to training with dumbbells only, which is ideal for many of us that complete our training at home. If hypertrophy is the objective, and it always is, nothing deliberately focuses on the supporting muscles and target muscle better than dumbbells. I've been in the field of health, fitness, and nutrition for over 15 years. My burning desire is to share knowledge, experience, and methods to living a sober, productive, and meaningful life via bodybuilding, powerlifting, and macronutrition enrichment. I've compiled a list of excellent dumbbell exercises that I will share with you in just a moment. Each of these exercises will be completed for 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps with 1 minute rest in between, totaling 18 sets. I find 16 to 20 sets to be optimal for muscle gain, but work at your own pace. If you find yourself worn out halfway through or need more time in between sets, take extra time. Resistance training is a marathon, not a 40-yard dash. Injury prevention comes first and gains second. I'm very adamant about this concept. We're training for longevity, and I plan on being up here at 80 plus years old with a marker in one hand and a cane in the other. Still talking about fitness and most likely adopting phrases like, "Darn kids, stay the fluff out of my yard." I'll probably be a little grumpy by then too, but hopefully I have all my teeth. I do floss regularly. Interesting fact, a healthy mouth contributes to a healthy gut. Did you know cavities are contagious? That's right. You can catch cavities from your partner. Anywho, with no further ado, let's leap in. First up is the dumbbell squat. I frequently speak of the importance of performing squats. It's a staple to any resistance training program. It increases mobility and reduces inflammation in the hip flexors, which becomes progressively more important as we age. There's 2 different options for dumbbell positioning, and both work great. The choice is yours, but I typically do 1 set of each. Number 2 is dumbbell leg curls. These can be performed on the floor or off the couch. Get creative. The world's your oyster. Excellent for targeting hamstrings and some glute activation. Next is dumbbell good mornings. This exercise targets the lumbar with passive activation of hamstrings and glutes. Note that if you're experiencing lower back pain, that's a sign of muscle imbalance due to a weak core. This exercise, coupled with planks, will strengthen the core and alleviate the issue. Number 4 is dumbbell walking lunges. This exercise torches the quads and glutes, but also activates your hip flexors and adductors, a powerful tool for facilitating hypertrophy. Leaning forward applies slightly more focus on the quadriceps, and standing more erect puts more focus on the glutes, especially powerful when variations are applied. Note that variations are when you change one element, angle, or position that deviates from the standard exercise method. For example, widening your stance each step throughout the working set, creating a hybrid between a lunge and a cross squat, allowing you to focus on target muscles you feel require a little bit more attention. Let's take a moment to appreciate the sponsor of today's episode, my friend Kevin. What up, cuz? What up, thug? What up, gangsta? He loves cleaning the floor, and I must say he's exceptional at it. And unlike me, he never complains about his job. A few months ago, he worked so hard he broke his leg. Luckily, he came with extra parts. Like actual extra parts. Not like when I put something together incorrectly, and my wife points out the leftover pieces, and I just call them extra parts. Anywho, moving on. Number 5 is dumbbell split squats. Brutal, but very efficient at targeting the quads. This exercise also assists in strengthening key muscle groups for improving squat strength. This is especially important if you plan to do powerlifting down the road. Number 6 is dumbbell goblet squats. This exercise is similar to the front squat, targeting much of the same muscle groups. It's a full body exercise, engaging upper body, lower body, and core. Love it. Number 7 is dumbbell Romanian deadlifts, another full body exercise, hitting hamstrings, glutes, lumbar, core, and traps. It's a real asset to anyone's training regimen. Number 8 is dumbbell step-ups. This exercise targets quads, hamstrings, glutes, and hip flexors. Depending on the hip positioning, it can be a wonderful tool for specific muscle targeting. I'll do a deep dive into examples of that in future episodes. Number 9 is dumbbell standing calf raises. No workout is complete without some calf work. These can be completed off of a plate, stairs, or equivalent. Calf muscle gains require consistency. Speaking of, as we know, muscle gain is a product of consistency. Frequency plus time under tension. How often we're hitting the muscle and how long we're spending with each set. No matter how hard you train a muscle, with adequate protein consumption, it will recover in 3 days. And these aren't business days. And a large part of making gains is by following the program. Our aim is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. And this primarily comes from meat. The body requires protein for organ health, function, and muscle repair. 3 to 4 servings of leafy green vegetables per day, and 2 to 3 servings of fruit per day, and at least 1 liter of water per day. If you find yourself thirstier than that, drink for cardio. Every day that we work out, we're going to do 15 to 20 minutes of cardio. Treadmill, elliptical, bike, run outside. The choice is yours. Remember, resistance training first, cardio second. If consolidating all of this into one training session seems like too much, another great option I frequently do is break these up into 2 training sessions, with day 1 focusing on quads and day 2 focusing on hamstrings. So day 1 being dumbbell squats, lunges, split squats, step-ups, and calf raises. And day 2, then the focus switch to the hamstrings. This would be leg curls, good mornings, goblet squats, and Romanian deadlift. This not only makes it a little bit more manageable, but then you also can then hit calves twice a week, adding extra stimulation. They do take a lot of attention to get them to grow. Well, you didn't peak in high school, bud. We're still out here getting cuter. If you're interested in some affordable protein options that will meet your needs and not break the bank, check out my episode on how to increase protein intake on a budget. Receive my first donation via Cash App, which is in the description of every one of my videos, which also contain a link to a free macro enrichment guide and a copy of the push-pull legs workout program as well for those interested. I really appreciate the contribution. If the person is watching, thank you very much. When I've received enough donations to pay for a container of pre-workout or protein powder, someone will have the opportunity to win the product as a prize. Free of charge, of course, so stay tuned. Meet me at the gym. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked this episode, found it helpful or informative, please hit the like button. A like goes a long way to help me grow my channel, and I deeply appreciate it. Feel free to drop a comment. I do read all the comments, and I appreciate the feedback. If you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button. I try to post as often as possible. I can also be found on YouTube Podcast and Spotify at Fitness Protocols with Brando. Thanks again for watching. Let's grow a stronger mind, body, and spirit one day at a time. Until next time.